Welcome again to my channel. This is Ray Woods, channel Crab Out the Bucket. This video is actually also going to be on YouTube, Crab Out the Bucket, and on my podcast, Spotify, Crab Out the Bucket. For those who are listening to the podcast, make sure you subscribe to Spotify. And those who are also listening to YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you know when I'm coming out with more quality content. On this podcast and YouTube channel, I speak on and educate those from my past mistakes through financial education, business and career growth, and mindset. Today's topic, I want to talk about overthinking to the point of anxiety. And this topic is it's more common than you think. And it's crazy because there are so many people who overthink things and overthink themselves out of a potential opportunity that confronts itself for them. And because they overthink something so much, they end up not doing something. Now, according to the Anxiety and Depression Association for America, it's about around 18% of people that actually suffer from either depression or anxiety every single year. That's like 1 out of 5. That's a lot of people that are affected by this. And anxiety is something serious. I typically deal with anxiety when it comes to test taking. I'm one of those people who I can study, I can feel like I know the information. And then as soon as I go take the test, it's like I freeze up. And I'll read the question over and over again, and it doesn't stick in my brain. And I've yet to figure out why is it that happens like that. And there's a few things that I came to the conclusion of and wanted to kind of give this feedback to you all for those who are struggling with anxiety to kind of help you get out of that situation. Now, the main thing that I believe that causes the anxiety for people is fear. It's that 4-letter word fear. And fear is something that is very, very dangerous to the human individual. And it could be the fear of unknown. It could be the fear of the results you'll have, the fear of the consequences you'll get, the fear of many different things that you don't know about. And really, all of that falls under the umbrella of the fear of the unknown, because you can't time travel unless the guy that created The Simpsons, you can't time travel into the future to see what's going to happen if you make this decision. You can, yes, look at some things from the past if you're looking at like some data analytics or something like that from standpoint, if you're looking at the markets and understand what could happen in the future, but you still don't know to that point what's going to happen. For an example, no one could have predicted this coronavirus that was going to happen. People said that there's going to be a market crash, but they want to know a pandemic popped out of nowhere. It could have just been a market crash from printing all the money. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, people don't know what they don't know, so they don't take any steps forward. The approach I like to use when it comes to dealing with fear, I made this in a previous video, and on YouTube you'll see the card up here in the video, and on Spotify if you go to the YouTube channel and you look at the top 5 steps to eliminate fear for good, I use an engineering approach that's called DMAIC, and that's DMAIC. And the D stands for defining the situation, defining why are you like this? Why are you scared? Why do you have some type of fear? Is it something that happened in your past that brought the fear upon you? Is it something that is gonna, end up messing with you in the future? What is it? You want to make sure you figure out what that is exactly. And then you want to measure that situation. You want to measure and see how would that affect you if you continue to live in fear. If you continue to live with this fear without taking any action on anything, how is that going to affect you later in the future? You want to measure that. And then you want to analyze the situation. You want to see what solutions can you do? What can you change about yourself? Do you need more self-development? Do you need maybe more time to meditate? Do you need to go to the gym? Maybe that will help you kind of ease your mind and kind of think things through instead of just jumping straight into fear and going into a full anxiety attack because you can't figure out what you want to do. And you want to analyze that situation so you can come up with a solution, and then you go to I where you implement that solution. You implement that solution, and if that solution works for you, then you control it. You go to C and you control that. You control that solution that you implemented in your life so you can keep going and keep moving in not such a fearful state of mind. And I've been through so many years of having, I guess you could say I started earlier than a lot of other people, because society teaches you that if you fail in certain situations or in any situations, that you're going to be a failure the rest of your life. And that's one of the things that also keeps the fear inside of people and anxiety inside of people is failing. And I failed so many times, it doesn't make sense. I failed so many times, it doesn't make sense. But as I failed, I learned and I learned. And eventually that fear just completely disappeared. So when something pops up, I'm like, if it's to what I want to do, or if it's to something that I can actually gauge and decide that it's going to fit my needs, yeah, let's do it. Let's jump into it. Let's do it. Make sure we're doing calculated risk, because you don't want to, of course, just jump into something head first and not really measure out the situation strategically. But you do want to make sure that you put yourself in a situation where you can end up doing what you want to do, or doing that opportunity to confront yourself. Now, when you control this situation, here's the thing that people tend to do. They forget about the previous steps. They forget where they came from. They forget the solution that they came up to. They forget all of these different things, and then they go back into the mindset of what if. They go back into, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? Well, what if this? Instead of thinking about what if this happens, a lot of time people think about these things, these negative things that could happen to them, as to why something won't go right for them. And a lot of that won't even happen. It's just some crazy thought that they have in their minds that that's driving them crazy, and it creates so much anxiety for them, and it gets them in such a panicky state that they don't take any action. They don't do anything. One of the solutions besides this 5-step that I talked about, the DMAC, is, making sure that you start to believe in yourself. That's one thing. This is why self-development and personal development is so important, because you want to make sure that you believe in yourself. If you have low self-confidence, if you have low self-esteem, and you're trying to go out there and do something, you're not going to be confident to go and do that thing. You're not going to be confident. A lot of people, something as simple as just making a YouTube video right here and putting the camera in front of me and making a podcast and recording that, a lot of people are fearful of doing that. And you got to think of it like this. You're saying, well, what if nobody hears me? What if nobody agrees with what I said? You're not here to please everybody. You can't please everybody. There's billions of people on this planet. You can't please everybody. I want you to understand that. And also, I want you to understand, if you can't stop thinking about this, what if this happens, what if that happens, I want you to think about this. What if the worst case scenario happened to you? What would that be? Let's use an example. I'm recording a video, right? Worst case scenario, I get 0 views on my podcast. Worst case scenario, I get 0 listens, 0 streams. What is that going to do to me? Am I dead? No. I'm still going to get up. I'm still going to make the videos. I'm still going to make the podcast, because somebody out there is going to listen to my content. If you're a content creator, you want to make a YouTube video, you want to make a podcast, or you want to start a business, you got to do it. Somebody likes the way you do things, and somebody likes the things that you sell. So you'll go out there and do it. What if you succeed at it? How about you think about that? And then how about you think about when you succeed at it? Not only what if you succeed at it, but when you succeed at it, because it's only a matter of time. You take action, and it's only a matter of time before things start coming together for you. And if you fail, so what? Get back up. So many people fail, and guess what? They still succeed. You know how many people talk about Elon Musk, how weird he seems to be, or how many hours he works per week? You know how many people judged Obama when he was president? How many people judge Trump like as he's president now? How many people have talked about so many people around the world? And some people don't let that fear and don't let that anxiety get to them because of all the noise that's going around them. They let the noise, they block out the noise, and they focus on themselves. Their tunnel vision to their vision, and their tunnel vision to their future, and they focus on what they need to accomplish. That would be what I would recommend as far as getting rid of that anxiety. You don't want to overthink to where you have so much anxiety that nothing happens. Anxiety is a killer. And not taking action on anything is definitely a killer to your dreams. So if you could take anything from this video, I want you to start thinking like this. What if I actually close that deal? What if I make that sale? How would that make you feel? What if people actually start to listen to your content? What if you start to see a snowball effect, and you're making music, you're a music artist, and millions of people started streaming your stuff, and you're like, whoa, where did this come from? How would that make you feel? Put yourself in that state of mind. And now you physically go after it. Now that you see it and you feel it mentally, you physically go after it. And if you bump into a road bump, If you not dead, get your ass up and keep moving. Well, as I stated before, this is channel Crab Out the Bucket. My name is Ray Wood's YouTube channel. Also, this is on my podcast on Spotify. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Give the stream and the video a thumbs up. Like and comment below and let me know what you think about this. These were some good tips for you. Hopefully, these tips can help you get past your anxiety, get past the fears that you have so you can move forward and go after you want in your life and in your future. And do it for you. You know, don't focus on everybody else. Do it strictly for you, and then you can spread that wealth and that knowledge to everybody else once you take care of what you want to take care of and get your confidence and your self-esteem up, and you battle that anxiety and you beat that anxiety. And until next time on my YouTube channel and until next time on my podcast, I will speak with you all later.